in this brief time we are going to discuss about cervical cancer. A cervical cancer is somebody developing cancer in the cervix of the female genital part is called cervical cancer. This should not be confused with ovarian cancer and uterus cancer, which are completely different. The treatment of uterus cancer and cervical cancer is completely different. Two things, the risk factor which everybody should remember is hygiene and sexually transmitted diseases. If you keep proper female hygiene and prevent the sexually transmitted diseases, chances of a person getting cervical cancer is very, very low. Now, the most common symptom here will be bleeding. They will present with bleeding through the vagina. Either it will be spontaneous bleeding or it will be postcoital bleeding, like after the act of sexual intercourse they will present with bleeding. The second most common presentation of cervical cancer is pain abdomen or pain in the back. This is because the surrounding nerves, when the disease spreads and involves the surrounding nerves, the female will get the pain. So two symptoms which you should remember is either in the pain in the abdomen or in the back, or bleeding through the vagina, either it's spontaneous or after a sexual intercourse. Do a thorough examination, take a small biopsy from the growth in the cervix and send it for testing to confirm whether it is a cancer or some infection like tuberculosis or other infection. And in addition to the biopsy, we do MRI scanning of the abdomen and the pelvis to see whether the disease is confined to the cervix or it has spread to the other part of the cervix, because the treatment for the cervical cancer depends on the stage. The disease is confined to the cervix, it is called stage 1 or 2A. If the disease has come out of the cervix and it is involving the surrounding nerves, parametrium, then it is called stage 2B and 3. If the disease has spread outside the cervix to the liver or para-aortic lymph node or the lung, it is called stage 4. In stage 1 and 2A, surgery is the main modality of the treatment, where we remove the uterus, cervix with the surrounding tissue and send it for testing. Depending on the final report, what is the stage, we decide whether the patient will require any further radiation or not. In stage 2B and 3, surgery is not the choice of treatment. In stage 2B and 3, we have to start with radiation, where we give the radiation to kill the cancer cells and see the response. And in stage 4, surgery and radiation usually is not indicated, only chemotherapy is given, and the chemotherapy given here is to only control the disease, it is not to cure the disease. Follow-up is every 3 months, where we do examination and take detailed history to see whether there is any chances of recurrence, and if the recurrence is there, we treat accordingly. The outcome of the cervical cancer depends on the stage when you have presented to the doctor. In stage 1, the cure chances are almost 90%, whereas in stage 2B and 3 onwards, where surgery is not indicated, only radiation is given, the cure chances are only 50%, and in stage 4, the cure chances is not there, only we can control the disease. We have very good screening test available for cervical cancer, which is not available for other cancer. It is called Pap smear. In Pap smear, what we do is, we take few of the cells overlying the cervix and do examination under the microscope to see whether the patient is having any chances of cervical cancer. If the Pap smear is showing that there is a chances that patient may have cancer, then we investigate accordingly and treat. So, all the females above 40 years, I recommend you should go for cervical cancer screening, which is very much available in all the nearby hospitals, and finish your Pap smear. If there is any doubt, please consult oncologist as early as possible. The risk factor for cervical cancer is virus, which is called human papilloma virus. So if we have a vaccine which can prevent the human papilloma virus, it can reduce the chances of a female getting a cancer. So human papilloma virus vaccine is easily available in all the major hospitals. So I recommend females who are younger than 21 years old to go for human papilloma virus vaccine, and for the females who are elder than 45-year-old, go for Pap smear examination to diagnose the cervical cancer. If any doubt or any comments, please write in the comment section below, and I will be available to answer your queries. Thanks for patient listening and watching the video. Take care of your health.